Well, we're back. Fern and Mac show. And sadly, the season's over. But,
Yes, very sadly.
but,
But your team won. Ah, right.
not my team, but
I know, but
the
the one
team
you've
that I
been
put,
praising.
the team that I put my expertise and information and knowledge and hope on won the cup. They scared. I was scared like if I was actually a real fan. They scared me to death. They let it go to seven. Uh, they made it tougher on themselves.
It's kind of hard to believe that you wanted them to win when you've been talking about McDavid and Drysdale like the whole season. So I
Yeah, but
like pick a team, will you?
yes, because I like them too, and we're gonna get into it
Oh,
because
good.
we have to call them two out. We really do, especially
There's
one of
still
them. But I really there is two things. I like those two a lot. I think I like
we know
I
it's
think
all
I like it.
season.
I think I like a Kachuk better. And more of
My eyes are
more of
rolling.
my style. Like I would like to party with Kachuk. I've never seen any personality out of these two. They're just really like robots playing on the
Okay,
ice.
I've been saying that the whole time, so don't
They're
even.
they're robots playing on the ice. Really good.
Thank you.
Really good superhumans. But
I don't know about him, but McDavid has no personality whatsoever.
well, Leon doesn't say much that I've seen, you know what I'm saying? But
I mean, is he any foreign?
he's German. I don't
I'm
know.
just saying maybe he doesn't like does he speak English? I don't know.
I think he does.
I've never actually seen him in a media. Like I've never seen him
Yeah,
I've
don't
never seen him talk, I guess.
nobody's watching Edmonton Oilers post game press conferences
No, actually
or
no.
pre-game unless
I'm certainly not, but
TNT interviews them. But
yeah.
so yeah, aside from that, as much as I like those two cyborgs, I like Matty Kachuk's personality a little bit more. And also, I kind of, as much as I love Canada, I like the fact that it's been 30 some years and I like it to keep going. Um, so yeah, it's just kind of amusing to me that it hasn't happened. I get it. They have less teams. The rest is 30 teams and they only have what, seven of them, I think.
Yeah.
So it is a less chance, less possibility, but it's not like they haven't made it to finals. The Oilers before that, I think the most recent one was Vancouver when they lost and the people rioted, which I'm surprised there's no riots in Edmonton right now.
I mean
Much nicer
I
people, I guess.
mean they didn't get swept and they took it to
No.
7, so you can't be mad about that. I don't know.
Yes, they took it to seven. They gave us a Stanley Cup playoff game seven. Uh,
Absolutely.
I found the game to be fun. I know it was 2-1 and the here we go.
You
Too
and
many sports in my head.
periods.
Third
Yeah.
period. Third period. The Panthers were just icing the puck every other play because um the Oilers had possession most of the period. And the Panthers were in defense mode and they didn't care about anything else but let's play defense, let's clear the puck. Uh and then they got a couple offensive shots and they almost got a breakaway by Reinhart that got stopped by Dreisaitl's stick, nice little stick lift there. But yes, they forced it to seven. The seventh game, the most exciting thing in playoff sports is game seven, especially in the finals. Uh, we were
Yeah,
gonna
I'm a
get two
little
we were gonna get
yeah.
two results out of this. Either Florida was gonna win their first title, or they were gonna be the laughing stock of hockey because they blew a 3-0 lead, and it's never been done before
Absolutely.
in
And let me
modern
tell you,
hockey.
their coach was sweating it, man.
Paul, man,
Yes,
he's coached
sweating
over
it.
2,000 games. He's coached a lot of games. He deserved
Um,
it. I was really happy for Paul. Uh,
yeah, I was all tore up
but
about it. But I was a little tore up the fact that Bob didn't get Conn Smythe.
yes,
If they were gonna win, I feel like he should have gotten it.
yeah. So that is our next topic. Um, jumping the gun, Mac.
Well,
It's
because
okay though.
you're dwelling on this game, let's get it over with.
So
They won.
no,
All
I just
right. Moving on.
before we get there, I just want to say that I think it's cool for me, at least as a fan of the sports, that a team that fell short last year in the finals, losing to your Vegas Knights, comes back the
Yes.
next year and gets it done. So
I
like
mean, all right,
that
it's
doesn't
over.
happen a lot,
Moving on.
but they were able to rebound and they learned from the Vegas loss.
Yeah, good for
Um,
them.
and they got that. Um, Before we move on to Conn Smythe, because it kind of leads into it, Leon Draisaitl did not do a thing this series. I think he got
I
two
know. I
assists.
was saying that the other day, and you were like, "That's not true." Yes, it was
Oh,
true.
yeah.
You did.
Whoa. I think you said it, and then like that same night or the game before, he had like two assists, but that's the only thing he did was that. Um, I don't know if he missed his buddy Evander Kane, who was out for most of the games, except
Yeah,
I
it's a
think
shame.
I think he was
Money
back.
problems.
You know, he had an injury. I don't know what it
Was he
was.
betting on the game?
Probably, but
Mm-hmm.
then he wouldn't be playing at all. But
Yeah.
I mean, yeah. And then
Anyway,
McDavid, the last two games, even though they won game 6, they lost game 7, only one shot in both of those games. Florida shut him down. They
yep.
pushed
I'm
him.
glad.
They were on him.
Terrible.
They were on him every time he got the puck. There was at least two guys in his vicinity. They pushed everything, especially in game 7. Florida pushed everything to
Yep.
the outside and kept them away from the middle of the ice. And
Yep.
they were on him like white on rice the last two games, especially game 7.
Well,
And
that's what you
they,
got to do. I don't know why what these teams are thinking during the season, not doing that, but whatever.
yeah, well, I mean,
All right. Anyway,
just trying to
moving
make
on
it.
because we're dwelling on this, and let's get it over with.
No, it's
I'm
once
ready for
again,
next season.
I get to witness. This is the sad part here. I get to witness another team win their first before I get to see my team win any in my lifetime. So once again,
Yeah, but your
Flyers,
team's won, just not in your lifetime.
yes, Flyers keep
Let's
sucking.
let's let go of that.
Yeah, the '70s when they played like Russia,
All
the
right.
the, the
Well,
Soviet Union.
anyway, Conn Smythe. I
Yes,
looked it up,
controversial.
and first of all, I think it was ridiculous that Connor McDavid. All right, boo hoo, you lost. You
Yes.
still come out to get your award. I don't care.
All right, go
Second
on.
of all, I hope he shaved because that was getting ridiculous. And
Give up.
third, I think it should have been Bob because he got them there pretty much.
So I agree, but they just need to change the qualifications for the trophy, or they need to have two trophies. They need to add an extra trophies because the way they always qualify the Conn Smythe, it's the playoffs
Yeah, the
MVP
whole.
of the whole playoffs, and he broke the scoring record for the
Yeah,
playoffs,
yeah, I know. Uh-huh.
and so that's why he got it. And obviously, like, I mean, I guess Bettman and everybody wanted to make him the face of the league. But yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I
but
think
okay. Is
I think people
Bob gonna
took
get the?
I think people took the whole they took way too many points away or whatever, way too much merit away from Bob after he had those back to back like games where he gave up like 5 in each game, and I think
All right, but
that's what did
yeah,
it.
yeah. But
But
is
I
he gonna
mean,
get the Vesna? So will he?
I
I
think
mean, at
so,
least he'll get
probably.
that.
And
Okay, well then
I
at
think he
least.
redeemed himself because that game 7, it was him
Yeah, but the
for a
guy's
lot.
been playing every game, the whole series. I mean, not even just the series, the whole playoffs. He's been
Yeah.
playing every game. Like, gee, my nutty.
Yeah. I
Give the
mean,
guy a break.
well, they don't get breaks in the playoffs.
Yeah, but most people play more than one goalie.
Yeah, but I mean, Boston started that, and they realized they have to keep one because you take a goalie off his rhythm, like it kind of messes up the rhythm. So you kind of have to keep him while he's
Wow,
hot
that's a lot of games for
and
back
run.
to back, back to back.
Well, at least in the Stanley Cup, they have more days off than they do in the regular
Yeah, I
series.
know, but
So I mean, they had travel days. So, and Bob before Game 7, Maurice gave him an extra day off. Like they had skate around, he
well,
wasn't
yeah,
there.
they were all concerned he wasn't going to practice. They thought something happened.
No,
Really,
Maurice
just
excused him.
relax.
Yeah, Maurice excused him. Supposedly, that wasn't a like he didn't
Is that
skip.
what Maurice told you?
No, that's what I heard through the media. I don't
To
know
the
what.
grapevine.
Yeah, through the grapevine, the reporting. My sources in Florida. Uh,
Gotcha.
yeah, but I agree. Bob was. If you're going to give it to somebody on the winning team, it was Bob, and then after that, I would say it was Barkov because he did a good job shutting down McDavid. Um,
Hmm.
and
Yeah, but it was for the whole playoffs, not just this season. I mean, this
yes,
series.
Yeah, but
So
obviously,
you got to take that into consideration.
if you had to give it,
So McDavid was only the sixth person to win that on the losing team.
yes,
Ron Hextall was one. Hextall, whatever.
yeah,
He was one.
yeah. The
And then
last
the
time
last
it
one was like
happened,
2003.
yeah, 2004, I think, when the Devils
Oh, it was
won the cup.
2003.
Well, the Devils won the cup that year, I think, and whoever they beat won it. But yeah, that's what happened, and he didn't come
Well,
out, and yeah,
and
I
his
don't
dad
know.
was all ready to take a picture and he still didn't come out. Boo
Yeah,
hoo.
Batman, he doesn't deserve it.
He's probably crying all the way to the bank.
Yeah, maybe. All right,
All
moving
right,
on.
are we past that? Thank you.
Yeah, moving
Uh
moving on to
Allmark.
something that's been bothering you.
I'm not a fan of that.
The Allmark trade.
Not a fan.
Not a
I love him,
fan.
so I'm not a fan of him going to the Senators.
Oh, you
I
don't
think
like
it's a
the
good move for the
Sens?
Senators, but no, I mean I think it's a good move for the Senators, but I liked him in Boston because it was they have a good team and I don't know. I like the two of them together, him and Swayman.
Ah, yeah, but
I know, I get it, the money, but
the money. That's really it. So the Boston Bruins trade Allmark, their goalie, Linus, whatever. Is it Linus? Yeah. So they get obviously you don't like draft picks, but they get a first round pick in this year's draft. In tonight's draft. Oh, tomorrow's Friday's draft.
no, Friday.
Friday and Saturday's draft. They get a first round pick. They get a young goalie from Ottawa who was like their top prospect goalie, and they get a guy who's probably like a third or fourth line center, and the Senators kept 1 million a season of that goalie's salary, and he has 4 years remaining. So it was basically goalie for goalie plus a player and a first round pick that Boston got. I don't know
Okay.
what everybody else was offering, but just a few days beforehand, or I think it was a few days beforehand, the Devils got Jacob Markstrom from the Flames, another goalie, for Kevin Ball, defenseman, and a top 10 protected first round pick in 2025.
Wait, who'd Markstrom go to?
The Devils, remember?
That's right. Yes. I
So
couldn't.
he
Yeah.
went for a first and a player, and obviously Allmark is better than Markstrom, obviously, but
Right.
I don't know why. Maybe Boston declined it to send it to the same like division, even though the
Oh,
Senators are in the East. So, I mean, maybe they just don't trust the Senators because the Jersey gave up a first round and a player. So I don't know. I guess Jersey was
um,
stuck on Markstrom. They like Markstrom better, I guess. I don't know
I
because
guess, but I have a question about that. When you have like a no, like when you pick, I guess whatever the no trade clause, like there's certain teams. How many teams can you have a no trade clause to go to? Like how many? Because Drysdale has 10. I think you could have that. I mean, that's crazy.
I think you can.
Can't
It's
be as
up to
many as you want.
you.
It can't be.
Well, I mean, it's a negotiation, so you kind of have to
That
like
seems a bit much.
yeah, so it's a negotiation obviously with the agent, the player, and the team, and then like the team is the one who obviously they both agreed on it. So maybe he wanted more and it was narrowed down to 10. Um
But
so
then, okay,
but he has 20 teams
but we never find out who the no trade clause is, right?
unless
Like the
somebody
public, right?
leaks the information or when it's
Right.
trade deadline and there's a possibility he might get traded that leaks out, but I mean, Edmonton be stupid to do that. Um
I don't know. They were
Usually
talking about
usually
to
with
go
no
to the
trade
Star.
clause, it's like they're easy to get around. But like usually a lot of times players are like, nah, I don't want to go anywhere. So they can deny it obviously because they agreed to the no trade clause. But then
Right.
there's players who have waived it just to, because of the situation of the team at the time. They're like, yeah, I guess I'll go, because they want to go somewhere where they might win, possibly. So like
Yeah.
so like it's always up for debate. not debate, but up for, you know what I mean, depending on what.
But you think Drysdale will stay there in Edmonton?
Yeah, I mean, unless they run into money problems, which is possible. But yeah, I
Because they were
mean,
saying like possible destinations. It would be like I think the Sharks were first. It was like not good teams.
yeah, I mean,
Oh, Blackhawk,
this is where it would. It's kind of it would be the approach that Florida took before last year, where 2 years ago Florida was like they won the President's Trophy, they had the best record and
right?
everything, and then
Yeah,
that offseason they lost in like the second round to Tampa, and their GM said, I'm shaking things up," and they traded at the time their best player Jonathan Huberdeau and their best defenseman Mackenzie Weegar to the Flames for Kachuk. And so like that was a big move at the time because it's like, all right, you're that this guy's been here forever because he got drafted to Florida, Huberdeau. Like
yeah.
he's one of the assistant captains and everything. Like you're trading him away, and he had just had a like 100-point season, I think. So like um it would be something like that if their GM looks like, look, we got close, but we need more. And then I mean, people could be speculating too because he did just have the performance he had, which was nothing basically. He had 2 points, I think, the whole series, and that's
Sorry, Jim's
where
keeping me posted. My son just scored. Sorry,
there you go. I mean,
I'm trying to
that's hockey.
trying to check it while he's texting me. Sorry,
These
and
games
I
live?
that was terrible. I was checking a text, so see, I turned it to you.
Are these games live anywhere?
They are, but it's like you have to pay. You can watch them all, but you have to pay for
The paywall.
cheap. And they'll end up being on YouTube, so that's why I'm just kind of waiting.
So I'm just looking up. Speaking of Drysdale or whatever in the Oilers, because this is the time of the year when it happens, when the season's done, the series is done. Um, Knobloch, their coach, said yesterday or today that Leon and McDavid both played hurt, so they had
Oh, they
injuries,
say
like
every
most
year.
people. Um,
Everybody does.
Leon had a hand injury and a rib injury, hand and rib.
Oh, yeah,
Um,
that's tough.
and then
McDavid, did he have a hangnail?
Evander Kane had a sports hernia, so there's the answer to that. And Connor McDavid was also playing hurt, but they didn't go into like what it was. The
His
other
probably
team,
his feelings.
his pride, was hurt.
I'm sure
Uh,
he's a nice person.
but yeah, that would be interesting if Leon gets traded. But that would be if they wanted to.
It would be dumb for Edmonton, but
If they wanted to, honestly,
smart for somebody
they.
else.
I'm gonna as much as I like those two, the cast around them is not really that good. Like everybody, yeah, like Bouchard can score. He can't defend for shit. Sorry for cursing, but like the defensemen suck. Nurse sucks as a defenseman, like a complete defenseman. Those guys, they all can score. That's the problem with that team. That's why it's so scary because everybody can score, but they
Yeah,
don't
Mark,
really.
'cause he did well. He was a Vegas boy.
They don't play great defense, even though they have a streak of like I don't know, like 30 straight penalty kills this
Oh
playoffs.
yeah, I know. I saw that. That was
So
crazy.
even with me saying that and then counteracting by like they're not good, like they're really like not that great. They kind of cover each other by like outscoring teams. And then when you get
Yeah,
into
I
the
mean, I think
muck,
the Panthers had the better team, but
yeah, well when you get into the muck and the Panthers are able to play their game, which was how they play game 7, like that's where they dominate most teams in the whole playoffs and like but um another trade, the Caps made a trade. Another goalie traded, Darcy Kemper.
yeah, didn't we say this last time?
No, it wasn't done by the time we
Okay. Oh,
recorded. It
then
was
we
like
just
right
talked
after.
about it. Okay.
Yeah, Darcy Kemper gets traded for Pierre-Luc Dubois,
You're right.
forward for who was in Los Angeles last year and signed a contract for 68 million last year after he got traded last all season from the Jets. So
So
he's
Kemper
going.
went to Kings.
What's up?
Kemper went to the Kings.
Yeah, because that's where
Well, that was a
Pierre
good.
Luc.
I mean, I think that's a good move for them.
Yeah, it is a good move for them. It's also a good move for the Caps.
Caps.
I think it adds another forward, maybe somebody to play with Ovechkin, a guy who's got
He's
every
80.
has got talent potential for
He's
more.
in a Walker. Yeah.
Um, I think I think the Kings got them last offseason in a. I think they thought they were like a piece away, and they were gonna make a run, and they really didn't make a run. And then they just decided to part ways and then go with what they have with the new uniforms and logo. So,
Yep.
which they just released today. Fanatics also released that they were officially making the jerseys now, which was
Yeah, but
already announced like a year ago.
wasn't
And
Fanatics
what?
wasn't Fanatics last year?
Well, it still
And
said
they're
Adidas. It still said
crap
Adidas.
quality.
It still said Adidas. Obviously, Fanatics has taken over the merch selling for most teams in
I don't
most
even like
leagues,
Fanatics stuff. I
but
think it's cheap.
Fanatics entered into a contract where they're the ones who are making the jerseys, not
Oh, they
Adidas.
better make them better than their clothes.
Well, that's what everybody was commenting on today. Wait till you see the the quality of the jersey.
Oh,
Because we haven't gotten them yet, and Fanatics likes to mess things up and all that. So,
I'm excited for Utah's jerseys. I love them. I love their colors. I think I just love the whole, even just the fact that it just says Utah.
well, I'm hoping that it's like you told me today that it's going to be a year thing, and then something new will come. Uh,
Yeah,
because it seems plain to me. I get
yeah,
it, but I'm also like I'm also a uniform snob. Like, I like that the Ducks went back to the old logo, but I don't like that they went too much orange. Uh,
yes. So I
I
do like the Kings. We were talking about that. I do like that.
The Kings is
Back to the.
simple. Like they went
I like
back to
that.
their old logo, but kept it kind of modern.
Right.
There's a rumor that your Wild, your second team, is
Wow.
going
Yeah.
to switch their uniforms too, and they're going to go with the North Stars colors
Oh,
as,
cool.
as with the Wild with the same logo as they have now, but like it'll be the North Star. That's the rumor that they're going with the North Stars colors as
Oh, that's
well.
pretty
So
cool.
I don't know if it'll be this year because they
Right.
haven't announced anything yet, but that's like the rumor going around that they're switching to their
Gotcha.
that's going to be their colors now instead of like the pine green and red or whatever they have.
Although I do
They're,
like their logo and everything.
so they're
But
going back to more of like back in the day North Stars like that I guess you could call it Kelly green or like bright green with the bright yellow and
right,
which I think they wore as a retro before,
right.
but not with the wild or whatever. But
Gotcha.
yeah, so little uniform snobby things that I like because I'm a weirdo. But
Well, it is kind of. I know I'm the same way, and I know my son's the same way.
I just like I think I said this before here or another podcast. I do too many podcasts, but I like different things. So it's like if because I feel like there's a lot of teams with almost the same color combination. I know there's different
Yeah.
shades of it,
Yeah. Right.
but it's almost the same color base. So there's a lot of like red, white, and blue
Yeah.
around. Like, and that's just not just hockey. Like a lot of the leagues, there's a lot of red, white, and blue, different variations
Yeah.
of the
Well,
red
that's
or the
yeah.
blue. And it's just kind of like I get it. It's America,
Right.
but like we can be a little different and have teams with different colors. Not I'm not saying go crazy, but a little
Maybe we should make our own jerseys for our puck talk.
we should. I mean,
I
kind of like
mean,
the Buzz Lightyear jersey I've worn, something like that.
yes, something like that. Yes.
Idea out there. Any of our listeners, if you make jerseys and you have ideas, just send it over.
Or
Uh,
even just pick colors for us, and we'll.
yeah,
Of course, we have to okay
because
them, but you know what I mean. I can't be wearing something ugly.
I've been trying to get a new logo for you guys, for us, for a couple months, and hopefully this summer. By the
Yeah, I was
time the
supposed
new
to work
season
on that.
comes
Sorry.
around, we'll have new logos, um new other things too. Because
Yes.
I've been trying to get Mac a mic, um, little Bluetooth mic for
You don't
her.
like me sitting in my car doing it?
No, I mean you can sit in your car. It's just you'll
I'm
have
just
a
kidding.
mic that
Right.
you
Yeah.
won't pick up the lady walking around your car. Um,
I mean,
even
yeah,
though she
that
wasn't
was creepy.
loud, but
It was a little creepy, but yeah.
yeah, but yeah. Last thing, the draft is
Oh yeah.
Friday and Saturday from the Sphere. I think I'm gonna tune in just for that, but I think
Hmm.
I'm not gonna stick around long. I think the Flyers have an early pick, and I think they have two that in the first round. I think they do, but
First round's the Sharks, right?
yeah, Sharks will get the first pick.
Or they go first. I mean, yeah,
Yeah, Sharks
obviously.
get the first pick, followed by let's see,
That sucks for the first round. Whoever's supposed to go first,
why?
because they always go to the worst teams. I just think that sucks.
Well, that's American sports for you.
I
But
know. I'm just saying.
it's their way. I mean, I get the justification is their way of making it fair. Like obviously you had a horrible season. Here's you get a
I know.
chance at like the best young player coming out. Um Blackhawks are number 2. They'll get somebody else for Bedard to play with. Uh so yeah, I
Hmm.
mean Flyers have the 12th pick and then they have the hell do the Flyers have? They have the 32nd pick, huh? Because they got Florida's pick from the Giroux trade last year. So there it is. So they have 2 first rounders. Interesting.
Just want to say next season's going to be a little emotional because it's supposed to be Fleury's last season. So it's going to be tough. I'm just saying.
Long second season for our show. I
Mm-hmm.
get it. But
Saying.
gonna have
Emotional.
Flurry
Up
tributes
tissue.
every other episode. Every time he plays a game, we're gonna have a tribute
Yes, we are.
because Marc Andre spent a lot of he's grown on me ever since he left. That place called
Say,
Pittsburgh.
say.
Well, that place called
I think
Pittsburgh.
not like the guy. He's got personality. Everybody loves to play with him. They love to play against him.
That
Just
place called
saying.
Pittsburgh is random. But
Oh yeah.
all right, last minute stuff that I told you before we so there was some rule changes agreed on.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's do the simple ones. Rule number 76.4, face-off procedure. So following an icing, the offensive center also now will receive 1 warning, same as a defensive player for face-off violation. All right, so they're cutting down on whatever they get the violations for.
Ejecting from the
Well, yeah, from the face-off. So
Yes.
the defensive team cannot make. All right, so line change following a dish/net. There will be an adjustment to that rule so that the defensive team cannot make a line change in the event its goaltender accidentally dislodges the net. Old language applied just to skater. Okay.
I'm gonna need this in layman's terms.
Yeah, I mean, you won't notice it.
Let's dumb it down for some of us. So
Okay,
nothing
so
major
there
though.
was
Nothing
a
major.
change to, I guess, players sitting on boards, unsportsmanlike conduct call. The referee
Oh,
will now provide the offending team coach and player with 1 warning regarding players sitting on the boards. It will also advise the other team after 1 warning in the game, the team participating in the warning will be issued a bench minor. Yeah, whatever.
wow.
That's a lot of um
Jargon.
okay, so this is the big one, I guess. A coach's challenge now will be permitted to take down a penalty for puck out of play.
Oh, okay.
This only will apply to delay of game penalties when the puck
Right.
is determined to be
That makes
deflected
sense.
or players stick glass or boards, and not on a judgment call on how the puck left the defensive zone.
That makes sense.
In the event of a failed challenge, another 2-minute minor penalty will be assessed. So that's the change. You lose the challenge for you challenge for somebody touched it and it's not confirmed, then you get penalized more. So it'll be 2 extra minutes.
Wow.
So
My son just scored again.
there
Sorry.
you go. We're getting starred today. Another one.
Yep. Gets it from his mother. Anyway.
Yeah.
Well, that's it. That I agree with that one. The latest one you said.
Yeah.
I mean, that I get. The other ones I don't really,
Well, it allows them, it gives them the option to do it, but then it also
right.
penalizes them. So it'll keep coaches from actually making the decision harder because it's like, all right, we're just not going to challenge every single thing, but
That makes sense. Yeah.
we'll challenge this. So yeah.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right. That's all we got for this week.
That is all we got for this week. Good luck to your son. He looks like he's having a ball and scoring. Got 2 so far.
Oh, and happy birthday. Happy belated birthday to Fernando.
Yes. I had a birthday Monday, guys.
He sure did.
Thank you.
Does he look a year older? No.
I don't know. Don't say that.
You don't? Anyway.
Yeah. But yes.
Next week.
That's all we got. Next week, we'll, I guess, recap the draft or anything else that happens because it seems like a lot of trades are going on. We just went over the big ones. There's been a lot of small ones, but the draft is Friday and Saturday. I keep messing up the dates because the NBA draft is tonight.
Right.
But So there could be more trades, and I think I don't know how. I think it's like a week or two. The free agency starts, so then
Yeah, yeah,
things
yeah.
will start cooking up, more trades and all that. So yeah, that's all for today. Tune in
Next
today.
week.
Like, share, subscribe, all
Subscribe.
that. Yep. And
Go
tune in
Knights,
next week.
go.
That's all
Go
I got.
Knights, go.
There it is.